Last year, several trans candidates for elected office were disqualified because they didn't disclose their dead names when filing the paperwork necessary to run for office. One candidate, Vanessa Joy, who tried to run for the Ohio State Representative, said they didn't even know about this requirement. Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose has changed the form candidates in the state use to run for office to tell candidates to include all prior names used in the last 5 years, outside of those that resulted from marriage. Something that is that important should have been on the instructions, she said at the time. It should have been on the petition. Now, I don't see this as discrimination. And for those of you who don't know, a dead name is and I'm going to try to define this as best as I can in my senior millennial terms. A man transitions to a female. Let's say his name was Bill, and now her name is Vanessa. If you call Vanessa Bill, you've dead named them, because that name, they consider that dead. That is, that part of their life is gone. That person, Bill, is dead for all intents and purposes. So if you use that name, it is an offensive thing to do for them. Now, if this was his intention to harm or to prevent trans people from running, then that needs to be reconciled. But I don't have a problem if you're running for public office for you to list every single name or alias that you've ever had. I don't know the depth of restrictions or the depth of information that's needed on this, but I do know that when you undergo a background check, you're going to get a boatload of information because they're doing a background check. And in this background check, I'm pretty positive that background checks ask for aliases, previous names, any other name you've been called before. And if you're running for office, that should be something that you automatically do. If you're going to run for an office, you're going to represent the people of that state. The people of that state or that people of that district have every right to know who you were, what you did, what previous crimes you committed, who you were in a past life. And then also it could be very encouraging if you're always going to have that. And if you are in the LGBTQIA plus movement, and you want to be encouraging to let other people know to come out or to run for office, that should not be something you're ashamed of. And that's just speaking from a white cis male, from a position of privilege.